Good Friday morning. So, today we're on Psalm 45. Psalm 45 is titled A Royal Wedding Song. So, let's start in verse 1. My heart is moved by a noble theme as I recite my verses to the king. My tongue is the pen of a skillful writer. You are the most handsome of men. Grace flows from your lips. Therefore, God has blessed you forever. Mighty warrior, strap your sword at your side. In your majesty and splendor, in your splendor ride triumphantly. In the cause of truth, humility, and justice. May your right hand show your awe-inspiring acts. Your sharpened arrows pierce the hearts of the king's enemies. The peoples fall under you. Your throne, God, is forever and ever. The scepter of your kingdom is the scepter of justice. You love righteousness and hate wickedness. Therefore, God, your God, has anointed you with the oil of joy more than your companions. Myrrh, aloes, and acacia perfume all your garments. From ivory palaces, harps bring you joy. King's daughters are among your honored women. The queen, adorned with gold from Ophir, stands at your right hand. Listen, daughter, pay attention and consider. Forget your people and your father's house, and the king will desire your beauty. Bow down to him, for he is your Lord. The daughter of Tyre, the wealthy people, will seek your favor with gifts. In her chamber, the royal daughter is all glorious. Her clothing embroidered with gold, and colorful garments she is led to the king. After her, the virgins, her companions, are brought to you. They are led in with gladness and rejoicing. They enter the king's palace. Your sons will succeed your ancestors. You will make them princes throughout the land. I will cause your name to be remembered for all generations. Therefore, the peoples will praise you forever and ever. So now, let me have some more water. Now, at the end of the day, even if you do have low-hanging fruit, even if there are things that just continuously trip you up, what would you say it? Like if you're a Christian, the only way you can address your low-hanging fruit is if there's a strong resolve in your heart to remember that God's love is not based on your performance. Everything I've talked about this week is so that you can live a better life while you're still alive here on earth. Because at the end of the day, Christianity is not, when you accept Jesus, it's not just for the purpose of going to heaven. As great as that is, that's not the only thing that it's about. There's a lot more to Christianity than just going to heaven. When we talk about the blessings of God, they are so real. The blessings of God, it says, my cup overflows. That's what the blessing of God looks like. Excuse me. The blessing of God, if the blessing of God looks to you like money, then imagine a lot of money. If the blessing of God looks to you like family, then imagine a blessed family. If the blessing of God looks to you like, like a blessed soul, then the blessing of God results in a happy soul. Like, the blessing of God is so much. The blessing of God completely eradicates poverty. It completely eradicates depression. It completely eradicates anxiety. It eradicates anger. It eradicates, anxiety. But the only way you're going to walk in the blessings of God while you're here on earth is if you are continuously addressing the low-hanging fruit so that you can keep your heart in a constant state of humility and meekness and thankfulness. Because once again, a heart of humility, the love of God can flow a lot easier through a heart of humility. And so that's kind of what this is all about. It's about allowing you to live the best life while you're alive. That way you're not going day to day thinking, oh wow, I can't wait to get to heaven. Because that's not what it's about. When Jesus says, I came so they can have abundant life, he didn't mean like, oh, I'm here so that when they die, they can have abundant life. No, he came so you can have an abundant life right now. But the only way you're gonna step into that abundant life, the abundant life of being a mighty warrior and going around in majesty and splendor, sharpened arrows, being a prince, the only way you're gonna get there is if you're constantly addressing those low-hanging fruit. Because once again, those low-hanging fruit, you could be the best preacher in the world, but if you don't know how to handle offense, no one's gonna see you for what you actually are. Because at the end of the day, every one of us is amazing. Every single person has so much value. But if you really want to live that life of walking in the blessings, walking in love, walking in humility, but more than that, walking around and just being able to be who you are, being able to do what you were created to do, you have to take these things into consideration. And the cool thing is that you're not doing it by yourself. The Holy Spirit is right next to you, guiding you through all of these obstacles. And the Holy Spirit's a person, and if you've never asked the Holy Spirit for help, ask the Holy Spirit for help. You can ask the Holy Spirit, where's my low-hanging fruits and how do I move past this? Guide me through these obstacles that I seem to keep falling into. Show me all these traps that are there and help me avoid the traps. Because there's an enemy out there and he does not want you to live in a blessing. If you're not pursuing the goodness of God, then the enemy will use that as a moment of, what would you call it, exploitation. And you don't want that. So just take it all into consideration. And yeah, I want you to have the best life while you're here. The life where you're remembered for generations. So with that said, hope you guys have a great week. And not only that, but I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday.